Hello, my name is Olivia. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we're gonna do a self-body check, a body awareness exercise that helps us evaluate our posture and the position of all the major parts of our body. It is very important for any kind of workout or even everyday activity to know how our body behaves, how it looks, what are our movement habits. This exercise you can repeat anytime you like. So I recommend to repeat it like every once in a while, maybe every week. But basically, every time you come up to a mirror, you can check yourself and make some notes in your brain about that. I also recommend to have one little notebook where you will all your observations. So you can put a date each time you do this self-body check exercise and note down everything that you will become aware of, everything that is significant, any kind of changes, any kind of things that you didn't realize before, or maybe you did realize but you didn't know that you're doing that as a habit, or whatever comes up to your mind during this exercise, you can note down. Okay, so let's begin. I will ask you to come up to a mirror and look at yourself. So you can do that, of course, after watching this video, because you need to concentrate on yourself and your own reflection. After you come up to a mirror and stand in the most normal for you position, the most common way that you just stop moving. Okay, don't try to look good, don't try to fix anything, don't try to judge yourself. Just stand. It can be like that, it can be like that. Anything that feels the most natural for you. Stop moving and start observing. And we will begin from the top. So our head is the first thing that we will pay attention to. So the first thing, you check the position of your head. If it's straight, if it's a little twisted, if it's a little bent to one side or the other, maybe backward, maybe a little forward, pay attention to your chin. If it's up or down, then go down to your neck and check if your neck is relaxed, if it's tensed, if it's a little turned. Anything that you can observe, you can note it down. Okay, then we go then we move on to our shoulders. So we check our shoulder line. If it's horizontal, maybe one of our shoulders is a little bit down compared to the other. Anything you can notice about that, you should put down in your notebook. Okay, we go down to our chest and we check our chest position. If it's a little shifted to one side or the other, maybe it's like this, maybe it's like that. Anything you can notice about that is very important. Then we move to our hips. Our hips are super important for our posture. So let's pay attention to them. If they are in one line, if they're on the same level, this is very important. If they are aligned with your shoulders, maybe they're a little shifted to one side or to the other. Maybe one hip is down comparing to the other. Make a note about that. Then we move down to our knees and check if our knees are bent or straight, if they're tensed or relaxed. Maybe one knee is bent, one is straight. So put everything in your notebook. Then we move down to our feet and we check if they're pointing straight or maybe they're turned a little bit outside or inside. Maybe only one foot is doing something else than the other. Make a note about that. Okay. Also pay attention if maybe one foot is a little bit to the front or to the back compared to the other one. Okay, or if they're in one position, the same position, aligned. The last thing, pay attention to your vertical axis, which vertical axis is like if you imagine a line going through your head, from the top of your head, going down to the ground, and try to observe if your body is aligned symmetrically according to this vertical axis, or maybe it's a little moved, so like on the level of your head it goes like this, and then it goes through only one part of your chest and hips. Or maybe you're standing perfectly symmetrically and everything is like 50% on the right, 50% on the left. Okay, pay attention to this. You can also make notes if you observe any kind of differences in your body. This is also very important. Usually all the people basically have little differences on each side of your body. So for example, I have one ear lower compared to the other, or one foot is bigger, half a size compared to the other. This kind of differences are also very important because they make impact on our movement habits, on our posture, or on the way we like to move, the way we create the most comfortable ways for our body to behave. So this is good to know it and be aware of our body. Okay, so next thing, very quickly, we turn and we observe ourselves from the profile. So this perspective is very important too. One thing that we will start with is our neck. So we can check if our neck is straight or maybe it's like that a little bit. So this is something you couldn't really observe from the frontal position. Or maybe it's like this. Check your chest. If it's neutral or maybe it's a little bit withdrawn to the back, maybe it's a little to the front. So this is an important thing. Also check your arms. If they're hanging loose, try to notice if they're in the front of your body, if they're in the front of your hips, or maybe they're like this in the back. Maybe they're in the center. You can check the position of your hands, of your palms, if they're like that, if your fingers are relaxed or tensed or straight. Maybe your arms are like this or open like this. Everything is very important, so make a note about that. Okay, then we go down to our hips and we check if our hips are under our shoulders, if they're aligned, or if they're a little bit forward or backward comparing to our shoulders. So next thing, we move down to our knees. We check again if they're bent or straight, maybe one leg, maybe the other, maybe both, doing the same. And we go down to our feet. We check the position just as before, but also we pay attention to the pressure under our feet. Where do you feel the most pressure? If it's equal for the whole sole, I mean, if you feel the same pressure in the front and in the back of your foot, of your feet, both of them, or maybe it's different for each foot, or maybe you put more pressure in the forefeet or on the heels. This is very important. If you feel any kind of any difference, like for example, you feel that you put pressure in the front and in the back of your feet, but try to be precise. So if it's 50-50%, if it's 30-70, if it's 90-10, okay, and try to note it down in your notebook in which part you feel the most pressure. All right, so I think this is it. We covered all the major things, and this will be very, very helpful for any kind of further work with your own body, and this will make any kind of workout much more efficient, and also in your activities, everyday activities, it will make a change. You will notice that after a while. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and if you want to learn more about body awareness and also try some exercises like stretching, like strengthening, like many different techniques that they're all in the concept of body awareness, and they help us to shape our body and change it according to what we can observe. If you like that, please subscribe to my channel for more, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much, and bye bye.